Now, good morning, Standard 10 students. I am just revising 9 gold medals once again, as some of you have requested me to do a revision work. So, now this particular poetry, 9 gold medals by David Rock, is actually based on the Paralympic Games. Now, what is this Paralympic Games? It is meant for differently able persons, those who are physically handicapped or they have some disability in them. So it is a very touching poetry. Now, people who do participate in the Olympic Games, now every Olympic game takes place after 4 years. And within these 4 years, there is a lot of hard work, dedication, effort. Okay. People, those who take part in the Olympics, they work very, very hard. They do immense practices. They even sweat blood out from the body. The main thing is, the main achievement is to win this gold medal. So when we look at the background of various winners who have done well in winning the gold medal, one of them is Jesse Owens. Okay, you have heard about him when he spoke about his greatest Olympic prize. Now, in this particular poetry, we come to know that the competitors, all the 8 or 9 competitors, they are aiming for the gold medal. They have worked very hard and they made, along with their hard work, their dream also will be fulfilled. So now 9 gold medals is a very unique point. So I shall begin and I'll explain stanza wise. The athletes had come from so many countries to run for the gold, for the silver and bronze. Many weeks and months in training, all building up to the games. So everyone knows who would like to take part in the Olympic Games, they undergo a severe training. So then all round the field, spectators were gathered, cheering on all the young women and men. Then the final event of the day was approaching, the last race about to begin. Now, the most interesting event of the Olympics is the 100-meter dash. Now, people from all over the world, they come and they gather in the stadium just to cheer all the athletes who are representing their countries. And everybody was anticipating, waiting eagerly for the 100-meter race to take place. Now, what is so extraordinary about this 100-meter dash? The person who wins, who comes first in the 100-meter dash, who wins the gold medal, he is considered to be the fastest runner on God's earth. Okay. And it takes only 9 seconds, 8 point something now. This is for the normal Olympic runners. The most interesting event lasts only for a short time. But everyone waits eagerly for this particular event to take place. The loudspeakers call the names of the runners. The 100 meters, the race to be run, and 9 young athletes stood there in the mine and posed for the sound of the gun. So when they announced the 100-meter dash to take place, the names of the participants or the competitors were also announced. And every athlete took his position and ready for the gun. Okay. Now you will notice they have to take off after they hear the sound of that gun. So when you see these athletes take their positions, you will find them first they dedicate themselves to God, and then they take the position, and they are 100% they are focusing on the posture or the pose. Okay. That is very important. It takes 6 months even to practice how to take off at the sound of that gun. So the starting point also plays an important role. So now these athletes, when they gather, remember behind them was all their hard work, blood, sweat, dream. When they take the position, they have everything there in their mind. Now the fourth stanza says, the signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners on hearing the sound. But the youngest among them stumbled and staggered, and he fell on his knees to the ground. Now you may have noticed sometimes when everyone is ready for the race, and as they say, all remarks set, sometimes some athletes they take off before the gun. Then that round is, we call it a disqualification round. Again, they have to go back. So I told you the starting point plays a very important role. It takes every athlete takes 6 months to 1 year only to practice how to take off from the starting point, from the starter. So here, when the gun exploded, the youngest athlete he stumbled, and staggered means he had a false start. Something had gone wrong, and he fell on his knees to the ground. Now you could imagine his plight. Stumbling and falling at the starting point means losing the race, losing his dream of winning the gold medal. Now you have to imagine what he felt at that particular moment when the gun exploded and he couldn't run further because something had gone wrong and he had a false start and he stumbled and fell. He gave out a cry of frustration and anguish. Now he was so frustrated because all his hard work, his training, labor, dedication, everything is now, the dream has been shattered. His dream and his efforts dashed in the dirt. As he fell, when you fall on the ground, what happens? You get dirty. So not only his physical body was dirty, even his dreams and all his hard work was mixed in the dirt. But as I'm standing here telling the story, now it's a strange one, and here what occurred. So now everyone knows, whosoever had observed this particular sight knows that this runner has failed, means he has lost the race. On no account he could win the gold medal. And now we come to know as soon as he fell, he cried out in anguish and in frustration, means he was very disappointed with himself. And he gave out a loud cry. Now, when an athlete falters, what happens? It is an advantage for the other competitors or for the other athletes now. They have got a better chance of winning the gold medal. But the story is different here. The eight other athletes stopped in their tracks. The one who had trained for so long to compete, one by one they turned round and came back to help him and lifted the lad to his feet. Now, when the youngest athlete gave out a loud cry, the other athletes, as they were running, all of them had stopped. They could have been very selfish. They could have continued the race, and three of them would have won the gold, silver, and bronze. But they all stopped. They went back and they carried this young lad to his feet. Now he was not able to run. They may have helped him, but none of them were selfish. They all made sure that they got him back to his feet. And now it was pointless. Even if they run, this young lad would not be able to succeed in winning the gold medal. Now, all nine of them had worked very hard to achieve this gold medal. Then, all nine runners joined hands and continued the 100-meter reduced to a walk. They held their hands and they did not run. Instead of running the 100-meter dash, they converted that 100-meter race to a walk. And all nine of them walked together towards the finishing line. And the banner above that said Special Olympics could not have been nearer the mark. Now there was a banner about Special Olympics. Now looking at this action of the nine runners, that means the meaning of the word blended with the action of these nine athletes. That's how the race ended, with nine gold medals. They came to the finish line holding hands still, and the banner above, and nine smiling faces said more than these words ever will. Said more than these words ever will. So this is how the 100-meter dash reduced to a walk, and the committee, they decided that all the 9 athletes would they had got the gold medal, where only one is supposed to achieve the gold medal. But in this particular race, all the 9 athletes who participated in the 100-meter dash, they reduced the 100-meter dash to a walk, and they all got the 9 gold medals. So I think you have understood how they had helped the young athlete who had stumbled and fell, and they did not, like he was already disillusioned. But not fortunately, the other athletes, they didn't think about the gold medals. They showed an act of humanity, and true sportsman spirit was displayed on that particular event. So I hope you have understood this. Any doubts, please?